Your brain is ancient. Every day you make choices you think are modern, but they're actually controlled by instincts from thousands of years ago. From why you crave sugar to why darkness makes your heart race, these primal urges are still steering your life, and you don't even realize it. Right now, as you're listening to this, your brain is running programs that are tens of thousands of years old. They're invisible, automatic, and impossible to shut off. These instincts were designed to keep our ancestors alive in a dangerous world, but today they quietly shape your fears, cravings, and even your relationships. You might think you're fully in control, but evolution still has its hand on the wheel. Imagine walking through a grocery store, minding your own business, when suddenly your eyes are drawn to the bright red packaging of a snack you don't even like. Without thinking, you slow down, stare at it for a moment, and for some reason, it feels important. That's not just random. It's your ancient instincts whispering to you from deep inside your brain, instincts that were carved into your DNA thousands of years ago, and ones you can't simply turn off. Our brains were built for survival in a world very different from today. Back then, we weren't worried about emails or traffic. We were worried about predators, starvation, and staying alive. Yet, even though the world has changed, those primal instincts are still hardwired into our biology. And sometimes, they work against us. Take your fear of the dark, for example. Most people think it's silly to be scared when the lights go out. But your ancestors had good reason. Thousands of years ago, nightfall was when predators came out. That uneasy feeling you get in a pitch-black room, it's your brain scanning for threats that probably aren't there. Evolution doesn't care that you live in a safe apartment. It's still on guard like you're in the middle of the savannah. Then there's the instinct to crave sugar and fat. Our ancestors lived in an environment where food was scarce. So stumbling upon something sweet or fatty meant instant energy and survival. Your brain rewarded you with a rush of dopamine for finding it. Fast forward to today, and that same instinct makes you reach for donuts instead of carrots. Evolution never planned for a world where sugar is just a few steps away in a vending machine. You might also notice how you can't stop scanning crowds for faces. That's not just curiosity, it's ancient pattern recognition. In the past, detecting a familiar or unfriendly face quickly could mean the difference between life and death. Today, it just means you awkwardly make eye contact with strangers in public, but the skill remains as sharp as ever. Even your startle reflex, the one that makes you jump when someone taps you unexpectedly, has deep roots. In prehistoric times, that lightning-fast reaction could save you from a snake, an ambush, or a falling branch. Now it just means you spill your coffee when a coworker sneaks up behind you. And here's a fun one, our tendency to overreact to sudden movements in our peripheral vision. That twitch you make when something darts across the corner of your eye, it's a leftover survival tactic to spot predators or prey. In the modern world, it just means you flinch when a bird flies by or when your cat suddenly runs through the room. But maybe the most fascinating leftover instinct is our need to belong to a group. Thousands of years ago, being part of a tribe was the ultimate survival strategy. Alone, you were vulnerable. Together, you had protection, food, and shared resources. That's why rejection still hurts so deeply today. Your brain treats social exclusion like a physical threat, because in the ancient world, it really was. Even jealousy, competitiveness, and our urge to keep up with others trace back to survival. If your neighbor had more food, tools, or protection, your chances of survival were lower. That primal drive to compare yourself to others, it's just ancient risk management playing out in a modern setting. The truth is, these instincts aren't bad, they're just outdated. They kept your ancestors alive long enough for you to exist, and that's pretty incredible. But in a world where most of us aren't running from predators or fighting over scarce food, they can lead us into habits and fears that no longer serve us. So the next time you find yourself craving junk food, jumping at shadows, or worrying about what others think, remember, it's not just you. It's the echo of 1,000 generations still whispering in your ear, guiding you through a world they never imagined. The challenge now isn't to erase these instincts, but to understand them and learn when to listen and when to tell them they're no longer in charge. The instincts you carry today are living fossils, reminders of a world where survival was all that mattered. They protected your ancestors from predators, starvation, and isolation, but in our modern world, they sometimes work against you. The real power comes in recognizing them, because the moment you understand why your brain does what it does, you're no longer just surviving, you're evolving.